Hello, fourth graders. I'm here today to teach you how to draw a bird. So, ultimately, this lesson is going to be about value and blending colors to create different tints and shades. But the first part is the drawing part. So we are going to be drawing a bird on a branch, and it could be whatever season you choose it to be. I've put together a PowerPoint slideshow for you guys to watch that I'm going to show you first, and then I'm going to walk you through drawing a cardinal. If you don't want to draw a cardinal, you can choose other bird options that I printed out for you. But if you do want to draw a cardinal, you'll be able to just follow along with this video. All right, so I'm going to show you this for a couple minutes. So like I said, I call this bird on a branch. And how do I draw a bird and what background details can I add? So I went online and I found that they actually had postage stamps several years ago featuring different birds. And this was part of the inspiration for this project. I looked at the cardinal especially and how it's all different values of reds. So when we get to the painting part, what you'll be thinking about is how do you make lighter reds? How do you make darker reds? And blending your colors to get those different tints and shades. This one over here is a more simple example of the birds where they didn't do as much blending, but I like it because I wanted to show it to you because it really blocks out, oh, this is a lighter red, this is a darker red, this is the darkest red. So if you're struggling with figuring out where the darkest shades of each color go, you can look at that for reference. So these I printed out just to show what differences and details you can add to your backgrounds to show the different seasons. So this cardinal in springtime, it's got some little flower blossoms in the background and some new, green leaves. Sorry about that, guys. This one in the summertime obviously has more developed full leaves. In the fall, beautiful golden leaves. And then in the winter, I chose this one because I thought it was cool to put it on the pine branch, but it could also be a normal branch. It doesn't have to be a pine branch. So to begin, the first part is to draw at least one branch that spans the page. You can, all of the images that I showed you were horizontal, but if you choose to do vertical, that will work just as well. You do want to make sure, however, that you have at least one branch that goes from one edge of the page to another. This one has the branch going here, and then just for added artistic enhancement, it's got another one going up there. So next, do a basic line drawing of the bird perched on the branch. So a basic line drawing is a drawing of an object, in this case the bird, without any shading added. So you're just drawing it. You're not adding all those tiny, tiny details. And to be honest, you may not even want to do these details in here. You can if you want, but we are going to be painting over it, so you may not see those details in your final version of your painting. So that's up to you. All right, so I'm gonna go. Again, I printed out this page for myself to look at for reference. Right here, there it is. So when you're looking at the basic shape of a bird, I like to break it down into parts. So for example, if you look at the bird here, you could almost break it down into, this is kind of like an oval shape, more of an egg-shaped oval, right? And then you've got the round head here. Then the crest comes up there, and the tail feather here, and the wing there. And of course, the triangular beak. So if you think about breaking it down into the different parts, that might make it easier for you when you get to the drawing. But that's actually step 2. Step 1 was to draw a branch that spans the page. So one thing that I'd like you to pay attention to is that branches are thicker where they're attached to the tree, and they get thinner as they go outwards. So if you're making your branch at this edge, and let's say we curve it up like this, then to complete your branch, you might want to show that it's attached to the tree over here somewhere by showing that thicker edge. And then as it gets further towards the end of the branch, you see how I'm making it get the space between the two lines get narrower? All right, so that's one branch that spans the edges. If I wanted to do it vertically, I could also do it vertically. So maybe I want my branch to be like this and curve up a little bit. Because branches aren't always perfectly straight, right? So it's okay if they curve a little or have a little extra. All right, but I'm going to go back to this one. Another thing I like to do, many times a branch isn't just one branch on its own. It's got secondary branches that come off of it. So I might draw the little sticks or twigs that come off of the main branch. So I could draw a little twig off in that direction. That just makes it more of an interesting drawing. I'm probably going to add another one up here. Okay. Remember, it's thicker where it attaches to the original. It gets thinner as it goes out. Then I can go back in and erase where the two branches meet, the three branches rather. And just for even more artistic interest, I'm going to add one more branch as if it's coming off this way as well. I like the look of the extra branches coming off. And I'll add a little extra twig coming off of this one. Now, depending on what season I'm going to be drawing my bird, later on I might add extra details such as leaves or berries or, leaves or berries, I guess. All right, so let's get back to our bird. So again, if you look at it, you can break it down into different parts. If you choose to do it this way, I'm actually going to do that on the back. So if you choose to do it that way, you can start with the egg-shaped body first. So it's a little thinner where it gets close to the tail, a little thicker in the front. I'm going to go a little darker to make sure you can see it. Okay. Then his head is right about here, and I'm going to start with a circle head that overlaps that original oval. Okay, and that's the basics, the body. Then we gotta go back in and figure out how to connect those parts. So I'm going to do that little crest on the top of his head, the triangle that is famous in cardinals. Do that little crest there. Then its neck curves down from the crest like this. So we'll get that curve in here. Then right here, you smooth out that joining of the body with the head right like this way. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add his beak. Okay. Now you can already see which lines I'm going to have to erase, but we'll do that later. His foot, he's got to be able to hold on to onto the branch somehow. So if you look at this one, the foot comes out this way. And then there's just that narrow little leg that comes out here, and his foot wraps around the branch. So we'll get those little toes coming out. All right, let's go to the wing now. So there's the wing right here. There's this edge right there. And then it comes down to a triangular point off of the body, curves back in, and there's his little wing. All right, so let's go to the last part, the tail. So the tail feathers, I'm going to have them overlap the branch. So this tail, it's a pretty simple shape, right? Almost like a rectangle. Comes out this way, curves around here, and then meets back up with the body. All right, so there's the basic shape of the bird, and in this picture you can't see where the other leg is, but I know it has another leg, so I'm gonna actually add just another little leg back here. Okay, all right. Now, I'll draw the little, this area right here, this shape where the black part of his face is. Will come across kind of like his mask, just like we all have to wear, right? So we'll make his little mask. All right, and then his beak actually comes around here, and his eye is black, so it's kind of hard because it's hard to see because it blends right in with its mask. So there's the basic drawing of the bird. Then of course I have to go back in and erase all my extra lines. So I get rid of the line between the head and the crest. I can get rid of this edge of the circle on his head, as well as the part of the oval of his body right there. This right here, you can see that the feather is overlapping the body. So I can erase the body underneath it. There we go, and then there's a line right here where the beak overlaps the front of his face. So I can get rid of that as well. Actually, I'm not real happy with that beak. I'm gonna go back in and make it more tilted more downwards and a little smaller. There we go. I like that one better. Put a little line between. And then I might go back in, and you can, if you look really close at the tail feathers, they've got just a little bit of ridge in there. So I can go back in and add those now. All right. And that's really starting to come together. And there's my cardinal. All right, so that is the basic way to actually draw the cardinal. Let's say you like this yellow bird right here. If you want to draw that yellow bird, you can actually start the same way, right? You break down the basic shapes. There's the head. There's the oval body. That's where the neck connects. There's the triangular wing. There's the tail that comes off the edge. And there, this one's holding a berry, so the beak is actually open. It's in two parts. Got your little beak. Okay. So, that's the basics for drawing the cardinal. If you want to say, you know, I want to try another bird. I prefer bluebirds or blue jays, and I do have other pictures of those, and you want to try them, go for it. If you feel more comfortable following along with my drawing on the video, that's the other option. Later on, like I said, we'll be adding extra details like leaves or berries, or depending on what season yours is. Another thing you might want to think about, this is a light blue paper, so my plan is to make it daytime. If you wanted yours to be like it's a darker sky, then you'll probably choose one of the darker blue papers. So think about what kind of a background you want. what kind of background color. All right, so I think that's about it. Oh, almost forgot. Name on my paper. J. Conroe. There we go, so we know whose work it is. And I can't wait to see all of your bird drawings next week. Have a great day, guys. Bye.